Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone on the World Wide Web.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Winky Wright and KTFO Boxing is proud to present Go Talk.
You know my man Winky,
the greatest of all time.
knock you the fuck out. Okay.
So without further ado, let the GOATs talk.
Welcome to KTFO Boxing, where of course that stands for you.
Got knocked the fuck out.
And of course, this is Go Talk. That is Winky Wright, of course, International Boxing Hall of Famer and welterweight champion of the world.
Junior middleweight.
Junior middleweight, yep. Unanimous. But I'll
Undisputed.
And undisputed. how come I keep messing that up?
Unanimous. I don't know why you say unanimous. Undisputed. It's all good. It's all good. It's love.
Without no further ado, though, next to you, your partner, I'm going to let you introduce
My
him.
man. My man, the magic man. He could pull a magic trick out that left hand from anywhere, dog. That's my dog, Antonio Tarver, man.
Thank you, champ. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, if Tarver, you know what I'm saying, he honestly like a brother to me, man. My dude, we go a long way back, came up through boxing, and, you know, when I did get inducted to the Hall of Fame, him and his son came out and represented with me, so, you know, I can't wait for his turn, and me and my family going to come out and have a ball with him, you know, show out with him.
My man.
How's that feel?
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. Just to know that, you know, you got one of your peers that's seen the grind, that's been in the trenches with you, you know, and we both came up, man, from nothing, you know what I mean? And when I met Winky, we both had that dream, man. People don't realize I used to come down here all the way from Orlando when I was an amateur to get work with one of the greatest fighters in the world. I mean, help me sharpen my tools and my ability. People never knew that, man, but I learned from the best, bro. I learned from the best.
Right. But that's why, you are, that's why we call it GOAT Talk. And when we came up with this idea, it was like, you know, they throw it around so loosely, and it's like, well, let's show them
why.
Who a true GOAT is. Right. Like when you're talking about unifying and all the belts and all the bronze medal. Your career started out bronze medal fighting for the country.
That part, yes, sir.
Like
that part.
You fought for your country. You know what I mean? And you won. But like we can talk boxing all day long, but let's be 100% 100. You are one of the greatest boxers of all time. Like people, they could compare him to Wilfred Benitez and right and best defender boxer, but I said, well, how do you explain Antonio Tarver? And it's like, who do you compare him to? And it's like, you can't.
Antonio Tarver is different.
He's the magic man. You are the greatest of all
I appreciate it, bro.
time.
Pull it out, baby.
Yeah. So out the gate. And y'all are friends, and y'all like people don't understand how close you all are, but they'll find from this interview. But let's also keep it like boxing for like, you know, Marvin Hagler passed.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man,
I know that hurt you.
Yeah, that hurt me. He seen him. He was there with him. You know what I'm saying? Marvin was a good dude, man. A good person for boxing, you know what I mean, and people respected him and how he carried himself. That's what I think of a true champion, you know, someone who carries himself like that. He never was too big to speak to anyone, never was too big to take a picture, and I love that about him, you know, from somebody who I looked up to be able to talk to him and be real with him, it was an honor of mine.
And you know, every time we went up to Canastota, it was one of the things that you look forward to seeing Marvelous Marvin Hagler, his beautiful wife, the late Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And like Winky said, he was so approachable. You know, he just made everyone feel like a brother. And just to have those moments with him, you know, really meant a lot to me. You know, so he'll always be remembered, and he's one of the 4 kings of the middleweight division.
Right.
One of the greatest of all time, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You know, he was one of my idols. That's why it was okay to get a bald head. I shaved mine off.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah, he made it comfortable.
Right.
And then, you know, Jordan took it over from there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Like, you put it out there, see? That's, man. So let's go back to the beginning if we can. The Magic Man. How'd you come up with that? Like just the mystique and because when we talk about Roy Jones Jr., like you clearly are the Magic Man. But I'm sorry. I just got caught up in my
let's go
feelings.
through let's go through the struggle first.
You know what?
Let's talk about when because he had a great amateur career, but
Yes.
Tarver was a boxer when he was young. He stopped boxing and came back, and he was older when he started back fighting. So you know what I'm saying, he had to jump a lot of hurdles to get the way he got to. So explain to the people, tell them how it went.
Well, I'm gonna answer your question first. The way I got the Magic Man moniker was at that time, 95, 96. You know what I mean? The Orlando Magic was really tearing up stuff in the NBA. You know, we had Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway,
you know,
Shaq.
You know, we was making our
Dennis
run.
Scott.
Right. You remember that team,
Nick
right?
Anderson,
Exactly.
my dog from Chicago. Sorry.
You know, so when I made my run in the amateurs, man, it was around, you know, during that time, it was a beautiful time in the city of Orlando. You know, it was on fire.
Right.
Just sort of like the way Tampa is right now, winning all the championships and being competitive in almost every sport.
Right.
You know, the Magic Man, you know, when I look at my roots, we had Magic Kingdom, Disney World, you know, and then when the Orlando Magic came, that was my greatest basketball team. I loved them, you know, right out the gate. So even through those tough times, I saw the change. And then I just felt like with my run, it was magical, you know, from all of that. So I had to become the Magic Man. And I had a vision of just making the entire division disappear, you know, until there was no one left. And I think when I look at my career, I think I did that. So that's why, you know, they call me the Magic Man.
That's that GOAT talk right there. That's what I love. All right. So Wink just said something like, so you quit boxing and then you came back. Like, what, like, was it just didn't feel like it?
No. It's a story behind that. That's why I feel like, you know, when I say my hashtag's the greatest story never told, you know what I mean? But I can't give y'all all of that on the show. But I'm going to give you a little bit of it because I got to save something for the book.
That's real. That's real.
Because it's on the way. No, you know, I think when you look at boxing, somebody asked me, you know, what does it take, you know, to become a champion and all that? And my words to anyone would be like everything. Because that's what it took for me. You know, I had a rough start when I got back into boxing, you know, because at 10 years old, I started, you know, young. A lot of people don't understand. I started young, and I was a really good fighter at a young age. So between 10 and 13, I had won the Florida State Championship a couple of times. You know, didn't really get a chance to go to the Nationals because at 14, you had to at least be 14 to start competing nationally back in those days.
Right.
But I did have a chance at 13 to box the great Roy Jones Jr. as a youngster. So, you know, that was kind of weird. And it was kind of weird with hindsight. You know what I mean? Back then it wasn't.
Right.
You know, Roy had beat at that time a couple of the older guys that was on my team. And I can look back and say, really, I thought we had one of the best teams that Florida has ever put together.
Right.
Jimmy Williams was our coach, the late great Jimmy Williams, who was my mentor and a lot of times father figure. The reason I moved,
twin.
Yeah, my God. You know, the reason I moved to Tampa because, you know, I knew that I had a great coach here. He had already started training professionals. So, you know, I knew right away who I was going to be working with. Jimmy Abu Williams, man. And, you know, he taught me at an early age the real science of the game. You know, I can remember at 10 years old, I'm catching, slipping, rolling, countering, step back combination. We knew it all at a young age, and I had a lot of great, you know, talent around me. JoJo Harris, Jesse Williams, Harvey Hester, Sam Johnson, Vincent Choo Bell.
Right.
I mean, I had a lot of young amateurs, man.
He speak on a lot of these people because we might not know these people because they didn't have a great professional career. But in the gyms around that area and in the gyms in Florida, people knew these people because they knew how tough of an opponent they were, how tough person, how good of a boxer they were. So that's why he speak on them like that. And people say, well, I never heard of these people. You yelling these names, he Joe Smo to me.
Right.
Nah, but to him, these people were that person. But like you said, some people can't elevate to fight when them lights come on. When them lights come on, it's a special talent that can elevate to that next level, to take themselves to show the world what I got inside of me. Some people close up, you hit them lights on, I'm talking about, I done seen people that can box in the gym. You be like, man, this dude sharp. Hit that light, put him out there with a fight. Like he ain't never trained a day in his life.
Right.
You're like, who is this dude? This ain't the dude I was just boxing with. Because they can't function in the light. They can't let people see what's truly in them. They scared to. Well, I ain't gonna say they scared, but they gotta be able to blow. When what Eminem said, you everybody get that time to blow, and when you get your chance to blow, you got to make the most of it. And with Tarver, he did it. When he had his chance to blow, it was so crazy. He tell Roy, "What you gonna do this? And what's your excuse this time?" Dog, that was, what I'm saying. That don't give me chill bumps. And listen, it's so crazy that both of them was my dude. Roy helped
that's
me.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Listen,
like you got your.
I'm in between fire and fire.
And you watching them and they've known each other since 12, 14. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know none of that. But see, Roy took me and helped me elevate myself to a big name because HBO wouldn't give me my own platform, so I had the platform with Roy. At that time, Roy got everybody watching Roy. Everybody know Roy Jones. Right. So now, I got my dog over here who I play golf with, who I'm around all the time, and he gonna fight Roy. So I'm like, oh,
and he's a beast.
I know it. So I'm like, listen. So with Roy, man, Roy was business, but he's a good friend. Roy cool,
right.
But this is my dude, and I was like, look. When they like, who you think will win, man? I can't say nothing. Whatever happened, that's what God got to happen. But don't sleep on Tarver. That's all I'm telling y'all.
That's all you can say.
Don't sleep on him. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Niggas like, man, Tarver ain't fighting nobody. Tarver I said, okay, don't sleep on him. I'm telling you, he hungry, man. He want this fight. So they better be training.
Right.
And my dog told him, what's your excuse this time? I said, oh, Lord, here it go.
Now, I got to commend Winky, man, because he stayed neutral. You know what I mean? With respect.
And that's tough because he loves you.
Yeah.
Right.
And this dude helping me with my career. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Help building me. So I can't, shit on him. But I also can't shit on my dude. This my brother. This my man. So I got to let him do what he do. And I told him, forget, dog, you do your business, you handle your business, you handle your business. Best man win. I'm cool with both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And I think when you look back, I mean, in his position, that would have been hard to do because you got a guy that really opened a door for him. Mm-hmm. And then he knows how hard I've been working. Mm-hmm. Right. But for him to stay neutral, didn't pick a side, never made me feel,
like
uncomfortable
some type of way.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? He stayed neutral and we were able to just move past that. He congratulated me, and I know he still was hurt for Roy, but at the same time, he know in boxing, man, that's part of the game.
Yeah, part of the game.
A lot of people don't know that you, Floyd, and Roy Wall signed to the same promoter.
Huh?
Weren't y'all on something? Weren't y'all on?
No, we to the same manager.
Yeah.
Talking about God damn, my mind just went blank.
JP,
Jay Prince. Jay Prince. So Jay was big in putting me with Roy and you know what I'm saying, making all that movement. So like I say, big up to Jay, Shorty Pimp, that's my dog.
And I rap a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, rap a lot, all that, rap a lot family, everybody, one time, everybody good, you know what I'm saying?
So how did you feel about him? Well, because now you're coming up, but you're watching him, right?
Right.
So now you're like, is that the motivation? Is that like, or is it just like, oh, it's all good, but I'm focused on me and I'm doing my thing?
Oh, no. It was like, watching him and just knowing that I was, I experienced it. I was in the gym with him, so I knew what it was like, you know what I mean? And I knew.
Y'all sparred together,
We sparred together a lot when I was young, early in my career. So this is how I learned how to be a champion and how to go about it, you know what I mean? Because it was a transformation, even though I had been to the Olympics and everything, it still was a transformation from amateur to pro. And I had guys like Winky to look at, to watch, you know what I'm saying? I was a fan of his from day one, and watching him build his legacy and his name up, man, just right here from St. Pete. It was incredible.
Did you play the video game? A lot of people knockouts.
Most definitely.
Right?
KO, what was it?
Yeah. I forgot the name, which one it was. I know it was just
Knockout Kings.
Knockout Kings. It was one of those very first video games of boxing.
It was.
Bro, you act like you was like, whatever.
It was. To me, it's like, man, listen, I wanted, listen, they paid me to be in that game, but I could have got paid a lot more, but I just wanted to be in the game because I knew my kids loved the game.
Right.
My kids loved playing, so I knew that my kids would play this game and they would always be able to play their dad.
Who knew how big video games would
say
be?
That again.
Now,
That's crazy.
billion dollar business.
Yeah,
like
so
now, like y'all own
Imagine
we
that.
knew what Madden knew, right?
Right.
Okay. So, all right, you said who was your first fight with in your first professional fight?
Don't get me to lie, boy.
I don't know. I'm so hood. I didn't.
You know what? I haven't really thought about that, but
I'm supposed to know it, but
I mean, if I thought hard enough, I probably could tell you,
could.
but I can't tell you right now.
So, what the question I wanted to ask is like, after that first fight, like, did you know, like, as a boxer, you know Winky Wright, you've seen Roy, you know the sport of boxing, but
followed the sport, been a big fan of it my whole life. So, yeah.
So, but when did you mentally know, like,
you had it? You
like I'm about
to be that champion.
Well, I can't really say when, but I was always driven.
Garcia,
Garcia,
Joe Quinn
Garcia. Okay,
TKO.
I remember that.
Yep,
yeah.
2 minutes. Yep, 2 minutes.
Garcia,
1
okay.
second. There you go.
Yeah, the Blue Horizon.
Didn't mean to cut you up. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think as a kid, I was always driven, emulating all the greats, in your head.
Who were the greats you were emulating?
Oh, Muhammad Ali, of course.
Of course.
Leonard later on after that. But, emulating the champions, trying to do what they do. Early on, I was driven, wanting to be the best in Florida, and has always wanted to be the best in the country, and then it's wanted to be the best in the world. So that you just set the stakes higher, man, and just keep reaching.
Well, I just I'm looking at you, and I'm just kind of like it's difficult because I'm like, man, the Magic Man, and you saved the Rocky franchise, like.
Wow.
Right?
Didn't know that, but
come on, like before that it was Tommy Morrison, like right, and then it came you, and like that was the shift. It was like, oh, okay, it's real, like real boxer, right? Wink did a movie with Jay-Z and Dave Dash, which is a cult
State
classic,
property, right?
Yeah, that's just some real hood shit. I tell people all the time, man. Dame, my dog. To this day, me and Dame Dash still talk. He a good dude, man. I got much love for Dame, man. He he just a real dude. And I was just in New York. I was maybe promoting a fight or whatever, and he's like, yo, come through, I'm shooting this movie. I'm like, huh? He's like, come on, just come through. I want you to check my movie out. I just came, and then he was just like, yo, I want you in the scene. Come on in the scene. Then that's how that happened. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was back then. Dame just moved. Hey, y'all move over here. Put him right there. There we go. Boom, boom. And, I got so many people that remember that movie. Just that little piece. I'm like, wow, so many, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, the other little videos I did, Jamie Foxx, 50 Cent, all them kind of videos that put me on another platform than just boxing. So a lot of women knew me from the Jamie Foxx video. Dudes know me from 50 Cent video. Man, I seen you in 50 video. I seen you in this video. So that kind of stuff helped me out, and I appreciate my man Chris Lighty. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P.
Yeah, definitely. Some Violator records, and it just it was just love.
That's real. So, like, all right. So let's go back. Let's talk boxing. All right, you go 16-0 out the gate. Flame. Then you meet Eric Hard-Hitting Harding, right?
Right.
Twice. Right. First time it didn't go your way, that had to be like we skated over, like the feeling of winning bronze, like is very respectable, like but not winning gold. Like,
right. That's heartbreaking.
Right. But then, you lose a decision to Eric Harding. Like what goes through your mind? How you feeling? How do you walk us through a professional's mind? Like, that just happened.
Yeah, losing that man, that's crushing. I mean, you never really wrap your mind around that. It was heartbreaking, but at the same time, it was a lesson learned. I just had to grow a little bit more, and it took defeat to really, allow me to look inside myself and ask myself, do I really want this? And after receiving a broken jaw in the 9th round, man,
that was a hell of a fight.
In making it to the end, because in my mind, the thought of quitting entered my mind a few times. That's just how much pain I was in, to be honest.
Yeah.
But when I told myself, I'm like, I probably can't win this fight right now.
quit.
But ain't nobody
That's right.
gonna knock me out. So you know, I had to save something even in defeat. You know what I mean? And when I made it to the end, I mean, I felt like I had everything in me to be a champion then. And you know, God don't make no mistakes. You know, I got with Buddy McGirt at the time. We both was, you know, starting over or whatever. He was starting anew, I was starting over, and we found each other. You know what I mean? And I think that was an intricate part of me really developing into a champion. Was really the work that me and Buddy McGirt put in. Did
you feel that spiritual connection to it? Like, did you because people don't understand that. Like, you know, you mentioned God. We know God is involved in everything.
Yes.
But then, you know, that center of that connection when I could work with this person and I feel the inspiration and like, did you automatically get that connection with him?
I mean, it was definitely a connection with Buddy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, he was starting out as a trainer. I was like, man, starting over at that time, and you know, and I felt that I needed something to take me to another level. And I think getting there with Buddy, who had championship experience himself.
Right.
Now, see, that was like different, you know. So I knew that I had a lot to learn, and I could learn a lot from Buddy, you know, even with my experiences. So getting with Buddy really taught me a lot of the fundamentals to being a champion,
right?
And being poised under pressure, was something that I really had to learn.
Right. Control.
You know, and the people really sleep on that. I know Champ can attest to it. Control, because there's a way to do those 12 rounds.
Sure is.
You feel me? And you got to master that. You know, people don't know how to master that.
They're not supposed to. They
That's
better not.
an intricate part.
But y'all
intricate part.
Right. So
and Champ can speak on that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like he said, well, you watched it in a fight we just saw, the heavyweight fight. You see how hard Dante came out the first 2 rounds. You don't come out that hard throwing that hard of punches to the body, to the head, because you're going to get tired. Ain't nobody can throw that hard of a punch to a 12 round. So, you know what I'm saying? I give it up to Deontay for, you know, his toughness. He got hard like a lion. Big heart. You know what I'm saying? That was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that, you know, like he said, you got to know when to do these things and know when not to do these things. I think he should have threw the jab a little softer, just kept it moving around to find him, and so he can load up with that right hand. But if you loading up with everything, you're going to get tired. So, you know, it's just part of knowing the game, like he said, learning when to do this and when not to do this. And, you know, it's a learning. Like for me, I was when I first lost my first fight, I was 25-0. I think I
Who'd
went
you lose to?
Julio Cesar Vasquez for the world championship. Now I'm #1 across the board. I'm #1 in the world across all the divisions, WBC, WBA. So this dude, I'm like, man, I can whoop this dude. But you know, like he said, God put things in your life for you to learn. So I was overseas training for about a month, so I had to get new new boxing shoes. So I put a new sole on my boxing shoes, but the sole wasn't made for the ring. It was a sole just made for the shoe. So I didn't know that when I got in the ring. When the ring got wet, I'm slipping. I can't keep my balance. Wow. So now I got to fight this dude where I can't buckle down. Yeah, on skates. So I got to fight him. So now we going. Then this dude was tough. He just a bully fighter. We fought 12 rounds. But like, to go back to what he said when he broke his jaw. So the dude knocked me down. He knocked me down like 3 times in the first 10 rounds, right? But my heart. Because in my heart, I'm saying, boy, if I could just have my balance, I'm gonna hurt him, I'm gonna punish him. But I kept fighting him, and we was
That's
going.
Gotta be
so
frustrating because you slipping.
But I'm still in the fight. So we go to the 12th round. It's a toss up, right? It's a toss up for 12 rounds. But I was so tired. I only went 8 rounds before that. But when that 12th round, I was so tired. We fighting. He pushing me. I got my hands up. He just pushed me down. He could jab me and knock me down. So they gave him 2 more knockdowns, and he won the fight. I said, okay, that's cool. But that learning experience, what he said, if I feel good about a fight I lost on my worst night, just imagine how good I'm gonna feel on my best night. Mm-hmm. And he would not give me a rematch. So, you know, I had to go back to the drawing board. I had to go back and start beating everybody to become champion again. And that's what I did. Okay, y'all don't want to put me back in there. I'm gonna knock off all the #1 contenders, and then y'all gonna have to fight me. And that's what we did.
That part, yep.
So both of y'all are very acquainted with the ducking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, so anybody jump in first. Like, how frustrating is it to be a professional boxer, knowing your talent, knowing your worth, and then you have to deal with the ducking?
I'll let Champ go.
Hey, listen. So for me, when I was coming up, everybody kept talking about, De La Hoya, Mosley, all these other people.
You would have killed them.
But the ducking part of it, what I'm saying,
okay, go ahead.
People, you got your own friends that in your own circle, and they seeing all these dudes fight on TV. So when you saying you can't wait to fight this person, they like, man, you ain't ready for him. He fought this person. He fought that person. He fought that person because he didn't want to fight me. Y'all ain't seen me.
Right.
That's why I used to tell people, how you gonna fight Shane? Shane beat Oscar twice. He only beat him twice because they wouldn't fight me. So that's that was my whole motto. I don't care who they fought, they ain't fought me.
Right.
And so when I get my chance, like I said, when I get my chance, I'm gonna blow and I'm gonna show you. And that's what I did, and that's what he did. When he got his chance, he showed the world. Everybody, of course, people. I used to have to argue with people. Man, Tarver don't throw no punch. Tarver don't do the talk. Listen, man, Tarver win. It ain't about trying to beat somebody else. He being himself. He know he got that left hand, and if he catch you with that left hand, he gonna try to put you to sleep.
People said that about your fight.
Of course, people say he born. He born
because nobody can hit you.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I'm like, why we ain't getting in this game to let people hit us, did we? So I got here to win the fight. I got here to put punishment on him and not get punishment on me, and that's what I did, and that's what made my career longer because people couldn't really hit me. So yeah, I'm in a fight. We throwing a lot of punches, but a lot of their shots are being glazed. They grazing off my gloves and they barely hit me. So I'm hard
to hit, ain't I?
But I'm saying I may be red because I'm light skinned. Of course, he hit my hands into my face. Oh, I may be bruised up, but I'm not getting hit with no flush shot, hurt shot. So that's another thing, and it just went on and on like that. And I just got tired of people telling me because I ain't doing this like this person. I ain't that person. Right. I'm Winky Wright. I want
people don't understand that.
I want people to remember Winky. I can't be Floyd Mayweather. I can't be De La Hoya. I can't be Roy Jones. I can't be Muhammad Ali. But I could be the best Winky Wright I can.
Amen.
And that's what I did.
That part. Well, you know me with the ducking. It was like, they thought I was the plague. You feel me?
Because you were.
Hey, who
wants to fight you?
My thing was, man. I just didn't. I really didn't care, bro.
True.
I really didn't care.
True.
And it could have been anybody. I tell people that it could have been anybody. I just felt like, I had my own dreams and they were really important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I approached it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I had a great legendary Hall of Fame fighter in front of me. So yeah, the stakes was very, very high. And
who do you know was ducking you for sure where it got frustrating, where you were just like, all right, like,
besides Roy at that time.
Besides Roy, Roy did, I think, but like I say, God don't make no mistakes.
Right. No.
I can truly say this. When I was the mandatory challenger, the first time, if Roy would have fought me then, just like when Mayweather fought Canelo, it was the perfect time. If Roy would have fought me then, I don't think I had enough at that time before the Eric Harding loss and after the Eric Harding rematch. I don't think I was ready. I felt like I was ready. I don't think I could have did enough to win the judges' eyes.
Let me say this.
Because even in the first fight, I felt like I was at my best.
Listen, dude.
And I didn't get the decision. You right?
Do you know that was the first time people got disappointed in boxing and didn't understand judging and point systems and all that? Like, that was I watched that fight and I sat there and that was the first time my mouth dropped. And I was like, wow, he lost?
Right.
It was a draw, didn't they?
No, it was. They gave it to him. He won a majority decision.
It came down to decision, and then the running started. And I'm no disrespect to Roy at all.
Oh yeah, Roy, my boy. Yeah. Roy, good. He loved Roy. Good dude. Roy, it's all in the game. Ain't nobody talking about it. Right. We just speaking truth.
But then that ended up being, that was the elevation. Like that elevated you. Now you were, from that point forward, life changed. Right?
I just think I think I had to go through all of that.
Yeah.
To really build the real intestinal fortitude that it was going to take to win it all.
Gotta give you back what the devil took from you.
I had to really go to that mountaintop. You know what I mean? And
how do you do that?
Man, you just it's a focus that it's hard to describe. You know, it's a focus that's hard to describe. And when I went to that mountaintop, I knew I couldn't take nobody with me. I had to go up there mentally and emotionally. I had to go somewhere. But when I came down, I was ready. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like something was taken from me the first fight. And I think that kind of fueled my fire, you know. So it worked, you know. I took a chance. I took a gigantic risk, and it paid off because it wasn't guaranteed that I was going to land that punch. So, but I went out on faith through my hard work, and I just knew that I did enough, and it was my time.
Yeah. Now I've sat in the room with you watching the fight, and I know like you're like a mad scientist for real. You just sit there, look at that, look at, you could tell. So, what was you're watching your boy, like what was one of your favorite Antonio Tarver Jr. fights that you watched where you were just like?
Me is different. I definitely like the Roy Jones fight. You know what I'm saying? The first fight and the second fight. Right. I like his Eric Harden fight because he showed that he wasn't no quitter. A lot of people want to see only when you win. You got to look into a fight and see when they losing how they handle it. He handled it like a champion. He didn't go there. He didn't quit. So that right there letting you know that you can hurt him. You can do this, but you better be ready to fight because he ain't quitting. And that's what happened. It just built up into him. And when you know that you ain't no quitter, you got the heart of a champion, you got the heart of a lion, you going to fight to the end. Now the other person got that same heart. And, you know, I just like you know, my man tough, and I know he going to fight. And it was just like, listen, y'all fighting Tarver, you better be ready because he going to sling that left. So, I tell him all the time, my dog going to sling that left. I don't know where it's coming from, but you going to throw that motherfucker left.
Yes, Champ, what's your best Winky Wright fight that you watched where you were just like, where you kind of felt that moment where you like, that was a good fight, like for real?
Well, you know, man, I just battling this guy in sparring, I knew he wasn't nothing to play with, you know what I mean? But no, it was definitely the Vargas fight. Really showed that, you know, he separated himself. And then, you know, the Trinidad, the legendary fights. I mean, I was right there, man, and to see his maturation to a legend right before our eyes, it was a beautiful thing. He did it with class. He did it with, you know, skill set. You know, it wasn't all about trying to knock nobody out, but it's just, I'm gonna beat you down. I'm gonna control the fight. I'm gonna stay in the center of the ring, and I'm gonna dare you to hit me. I mean, Winky Wright did that better than anybody, you know.
This is KTFO Boxing. Of course, we're letting the GOATs talk.
Winky Wright presents KTFO Boxing's GO Talk. Here's one of the GOAT's thoughts right now.
And we're back. KTFO Boxing, of course, what it stands for.
Knock the fuck out.
And I'm letting the GOATs talk. Hall of Fame boxer, Winky Wright. Hall of Fame boxer to be Antonio Tarver, Sr.
That's right.
Before we, like, it's kind of crazy, and I got so caught up in the moment. But first of all, like, COVID happened, quarantine. How you been? First of all,
I've been good, man. I've been good. I've been through it.
You look great.
Thank you, sir. I've been through it. Caught COVID early, maybe July. But you know, thank God I was healthy, you know, strong, and you know, other than just feeling like I was in a fishbowl for about a week, you know, I was pretty good. I was pretty good, man. I had an earache. That's about it, but you know, made it through. So you know, my mom, she got vaccinated, and you know, haven't had COVID, so that was a blessing.
Yes.
But a few people in my family had it, but thank God everybody made it through.
Yeah. That's good. So, I don't know why I called you Junior, but
because they look alike.
Yeah. That, like, you know, and I know, you know, I know Wink's entire family. You know, everybody, of course, you know how you feel about your family, but your family is special, like his family, right?
It's special, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to talk about it. You know, I think that it should be appropriate because when we're in these times, who can you lean on? But
family,
but family, like that was tough. Like you know, like I never realized it until like later, like how important family is, and COVID definitely
kind of brought
like
the things we took for granted, family a lot of times, but COVID kind of brought everybody closer. you know, your close knit family, you know. But yeah,
who did you lean on? Who did you like? What was that like? Walk me through. Like, how did you like? Because it was tough. Like,
it was
being like can't be around people, can't talk to people for a year. Like that was tough.
Yeah, well, you know, we stayed connected, you know, with these phones and everything now. You know, we got family threads where, you know, it's about 40 people on a thread that we all stay in touch daily on that thread, you know. And so that's been helpful because, you know, we spread it out, you know what I'm saying? And but, you know, the family thread's been nice, and then the social media thing's been a way to really stay connected, like, you know, with distant families. So that's been cool, man. But like I say, we've been blessed, you know, protected. So, you know, just grateful, you know, for health, you know, throughout my family.
Cool. And your family, of course, you know.
Oh yeah, everybody good, you know. You know, just being happy. I'm a granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? My little man made me a grandpa.
Right.
You know
Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
man.
I know. And
Yeah.
then, you know, now he about to have another one and gonna have a little girl coming up, I think in January. So that's it. Like you said, everybody got their issues. Everybody got family. And we just happy to be here with them and, you know, can support them. And Tarver got his little son coming up fighting, man. So he getting, you know, I call him Little T, you know what I'm saying? Little T, you know, he good little dude, man. Respectful little dude. You raised a good kid, man. And he's shorty strong, man. He's a strong fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to come up in boxing behind your dad when your dad did so much. So that pressure for him to want to do it is amazing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people wouldn't even do it. A lot of kids are going to be like, look, you know, my dad is such and such. Why I can't, you know, I'm always being in the shadow, you know, since a little T trying to make his own vision, and I congrat him for that.
Yeah, I commend him too.
Yeah. How dope is that, though?
It's really
for
dope.
him to know, and your son is like, that's dope. He just the champ.
Listen, I told you that's my dog. Listen, when I tell y'all this my dog, people don't understand. This my dog. And we call each other all the time. You know, we play golf all the time. So back when, let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all one funny story.
Here we go.
So we gotta have the funny stories there because it's real. We talking realness. So, you know, back in the day, my dog he just moved down here from Orlando, I guess. So, you know what I'm saying, it was like Thanksgiving or whatever, and he ain't no family here. So I said, dog, come to my house. You know what I'm saying? You know, have eat with us. He like, true. So he came over to my house. So we over there eating, and we playing cards we playing cards in the dining room. You know what I'm saying? So we got music playing. I got older families in the living room watching TV and stuff. But me and Tarver and the other group, we in the dining room playing cards. So me, you know, I'm a joker. So he don't know. I done went into my room. So now I got me a pack of firecrackers, right? So we got a table. Like, he right here by me too. So he got a table. Listen. So we got a table. So we got the music
drink,
playing.
so this don't make no sense.
So I don't drink. So we laugh and they eating and everything. So now we shoveling the car. So I light a pack of firecrackers. So I light them and I toss them right in the middle of the table. So I put my hand back on the table. So I know it's gonna go off in a minute. Hey, them firecrackers went off, boy. You sure it's so tall, man. That nigga pushed that chair all the way back to the wall. Listen, all my family members in the other room, they hitting the ground. They think we in there shooting because we play.
Why are they thinking y'all shooting?
We laughing because you know how people they thinking when they playing card, they gambling. Yeah, somebody got mad. Man, we laughed.
We got to do better. We got to do better. Why at a card game would it be shooting black folks, right?
We had a good time though. But I always tell everybody that I say, boy, Tarver, but that nigga pushed that shit. My dog said, oh shit.
Hey, I got a funny story too. Now,
right? Then run it. Here we go.
We on our golf cart. Yeah, this is like maybe the first 2 or 3 times we was golfing. This early back in the day, right? So you know, these love bugs always out, right?
I know about the love.
I never knew he had a thing with love any bug, right? Oh my God!
He'll just stop. You're like, what's wrong with you, Wink? There's a bug right
almost
there.
Jumped out his skin because a little love bug jumped on it. I'm like, What's wrong with you?
I don't like bugs, insects. No kind of insects. I don't like insects.
A grown man now love bugs.
Killer.
No,
Killer.
you can't get away with that.
Like no bug. He telling the truth. He ain't lying.
All right. How come there wasn't a Hopkins rematch?
Excuse me?
Hopkins. How come you didn't rematch?
I mean, you know, I wanted that rematch. Yeah, I definitely wanted that fight again, man. You know, they caught me coming off the Hollywood thing, you know, right after Rocky Balboa. They knew I had got up in weight, but
Right.
I just never knew why that fight even made sense, you know, at that time.
Right.
So, you know, but he won, you know, I made it through. You know, it was a tough, difficult fight for me. I wanted that rematch. When you look at the fact that I gave him so much, with him not even being in my weight class,
That's right.
he moving up 2 weights, and he wasn't my mandatory. So why was that fight even pushed on me so tough? Like, so you know, he won the fight, and they never gave me a rematch. I'm like, man, that's bogus. But I went and won the title twice after that. I think, you know, but I think it was something in that fight that I lost that night that I never recovered, and it was my status. You see what I'm saying? My status, bro. Like you'll be surprised, though, bro. Yeah. You feel me? So you know, but like I said, I don't have no regrets. I wish that was a fight that I could have had. That rematch could have really quieted a lot of things, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
He doesn't like talking about like it. Well, I shouldn't say that. He doesn't, but he doesn't talk boxing like because it just doesn't, and that's fine. But like, is it hard now? Like, do people all they want? Like, it has to be difficult because people always want to talk boxing with you. Always want to talk boxing, which there's nothing wrong with it. But do you feel like talking boxing now? Like, as we're going forward, like, do you love the sport still like that? Where you feel like talking about it all the time?
Talking about it all the time, no, but I'm gonna always be embedded in the sport,
of course.
You know, because that, you know, for so many years, you know, I've toiled in the sport,
changed the sport.
You know, and I just think that, you know, when I look at the game, you know, and where it sits today, I think it's the experience that I've had in the game is needed. You know, because those footsteps.
Yeah.
I mean, man, you know, what footsteps I never touched in the game. So, you know, when you have that,
how many people could say that
when you have that type of experience, I think you can give some insights that only you can. Only you can. So, you know, that's what I look forward to, you know, giving all that experience away, just like I'm pouring into my son, you know, he's receiving it, you know, I can do that with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, having guys like myself, Winky, and the guys that are willing to say, hey, I'm even willing to give back. Man, these guys are like missing, you know, a very intricate part of that process, you know, because look, those footsteps, you know, they're fading. You know what I mean? When you look at who is going to give all that knowledge away, those fundamentals, that sweet science, who's going to give that back? So, you know, those guys need to take advantage when they have a tool. And, you know, when you say you want to reach that mountaintop, I would like somebody to show me those footsteps, because I don't know a lot of people. It's only a few people that can say my footsteps are on that top of that mountain. So, you know, they'll be crazy not to, but hey, you know,
I think with it, because a lot of times, a lot of people are amazed by just seeing fighters hit the mitts and hit the bag and all this showboat. You know, when Floyd come out and do his little bag work and not looking and hitting the bag and they hit, man, that's for show. That's not boxing. But Floyd is exceptional. You know what I'm saying? It'll never be another Floyd. He is exceptional. He got a great defense. He got a great eye, quickness, his speed. That's what make Floyd. But the other fighters trying to hit the bag work and, you know, hit the miss like Floyd. That ain't no. You don't fight like that. You ain't. Show me any fight you seen where fighting the way they hitting the mitts. That patty pat shit. That you don't fight like that. So, you know, for fighters to be training like that, I don't think it's good. I think that, we losing the real art of boxing, the real in-depth teaching of boxing. So you got trainers out here that's good coaches for like boxing, people that want to just come and join boxing. They can show you how to throw a punch. They can show you how to do this, but they can't teach you how to throw it. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Anybody can throw a jab, but can I teach you the correct way to throw that jab, to apply that jab where you got good extension, you got good power when you throw that jab, your shoulder still blocking just in case somebody throw a punch, your hands up here. See, all that kind of stuff. And they're not teaching it. They just teaching throw a punch here, throw a punch here. Yeah, you can look and do your chin up in the air, you hitting this miss, but your chin wide open there. It don't work like that. But, it's just a lot of people want to take that fast way and that quick way to get there. So it look fancy, it look good for Instagram and all that. But in reality, when you get in there with somebody that's doing it the right way, they're gonna knock your head off.
And so with that being said, is boxing in trouble? Because you don't think so?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
It's a learning. Boxing is always going to evolve. You're going to have people that do it one way. You're going to have people do it a different way. And boxing ain't in trouble because UFC, everybody keeps up. UFC, MMA. MMA is a great platform. It's room for everybody. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't it be both? It's room for everybody. MMA fighters, I think, I like it. I hate when they used to just stay on the ground and wrestle, but now they fighting, they kicking.
Getting more skilled.
Yeah, they getting skilled.
Well, America loves blood.
Yeah, and they showing it, and that's what. But what I do like about MMA that the best fight the best. If you see one guy, he knocked out this guy right here, he calling out the next champion, and Dana White making it happen. Ain't no in between. We gonna fight Joe Smo. We gonna do it. Nah. Your next fight is gonna be this big fighter, win or lose. But because people respect, it ain't all about it's about getting these great fights, and if you win, great. If you lose, you gave a great fight, you gonna have another one. Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, all of them showing that they all start fighting each other, and that's what made them that legendary stars that they are now, because they wasn't scared to fight each other. And a lot of fighters these days won't do that. They want to fight, Joe Smo, or get this guy with a title, get this guy, but don't want to give us the fight we want to see.
How did y'all feel about watching boxing at home, and there's no audience, and you're watching fights with no crowds? Like,
you mean through the pandemic?
Yeah.
We had some good fights through the pandemic, believe it or not. It was some adjusting, and just like Winky say, boxing will always evolve. And I think the whole world had to evolve and adjust to the climate of COVID and the pandemic. But I think boxing was one of the first sports, I think, that came back,
right,
and that stayed working during the pandemic. And I think Top Rank was one of those main staple promoters that was doing it. So hats off to Bob Arum.
So but now you got this celebrity boxing, and you got you got what's the kids that
Logan Paul,
brothers. And then Floyd fighting Conor McGregor. People like America, everybody works hard for their money, and you two definitely gave everybody their money's worth. But when you're watching, I think after Tyson, after we wanted knockouts and then it was like, wait a minute, we want fights now because they were happening too fast. I went and got a beer and the fight's over. Spent fight parties and all that. But it's like, I digress. It's kind of like now boxing keeps changing, and it's like
it's evolving with the time. You got to evolve. You can't still be in old HBO mode when you got Triller out here. You got all these other companies that's promotion companies that's doing big pay-per-view numbers, so we got to evolve into that. But boxing is becoming a show now, and that's the only thing I say about it. If anything gonna hurt boxing, it's just gonna be that fighters don't truly want to be them champions, that true champion. Everybody just want to have the most followers on YouTube or Instagram and all that. That ain't, so what? You got all that, but if you in boxing, you got to fight. You're gonna be a fighter. And I don't think nothing wrong with the Paul brothers getting into boxing. It's entertaining, but it's a different type of boxing. You gotta remember, they not fighting the real fighters. They're not fighting the fighters that gonna push them to be. If they ever want to be champions or say the champions, they not fighting them fighters. They fighting the fighters that they know they should win. It should be a good fight. People want to tune in to see the Paul brothers win, and that's good. But they know to themselves, they gonna, people can say whatever they want, but in their true heart, they know that they're not truly boxers, and it is what it is. They enjoy the sport, they training, they becoming boxers, but to be a true champion, you got to fight the best.
Isn't it amazing to y'all how times have changed now? Like we, fighting in Vegas, boxing, gambling, hand in hand, and then it's like gambling's a no-no. Now gambling, you can't even watch television now while somebody trying to make you place a bet. You know what I mean? So like boxing, gambling, like how hard is it for a professional athlete not to get caught up in that, especially with boxing, like in the gambling? Like it's got to be tough.
I never like really, even though I think I can pick them, I don't do it. It's just not anything I do.
But y'all know y'all could pick winners. Like y'all
know,
but I think I'm picking them until they lose. Listen, I think I'm picking them until they lose. You know what I'm saying? I think as athletes, any athletes, we love the chance of winning. Yes. So that's why a lot of people gamble.
That competitive drive?
Competitiveness. You want to win. Everything we do, we golf, man. We laugh, joke, we talk trash to each other, but we bet money and we compete and we serious about winning. You know what I'm saying? Man,
the craziest thing. Y'all want $100. Give him $100.
This dude crazy, man. This dude here so crazy, man. I be like, Tarver, he'll put a rule on you, but he'll break the same rule. Right. Like, how you gonna tell me I can't do it, but you can do it? And then he hit you with that. He won't be intelligent. Nah, champ. This how you gotta do it. Come on, T.
He stands on the T-box and tells us.
He gonna hit me with that TV talk. He going Showtime now.
Right. Now
champ. Nah, champ. We don't do it that way, champ. We gotta do it this way, champ. Come on now. You gotta be professional about it, champ. Like, you wasn't just professional about it. But that's my dog. That's my dude.
For real.
My God.
All right. We're going to take a break real quick. This is KTFO Boxing. We're letting the GOATs talk. And, of course, we appreciate you tuning in.
This is your favorite athlete's favorite athlete. KTFO Boxing.
Welcome back, KTFO Boxing. It is GOAT Talk, Hall of Fame champion, WINKY Wright, and, of course, the champ, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, soon to be Hall of Fame boxer. Multiple. That's right. How many belts did you have?
I won them all one time. I had the WBC twice, IBF, IBO in 2 different divisions, light heavyweight and cruiserweight. Had them pretty much all. I had won them all at one time, but I had the WBC and the IBF for the most part, IBO.
How many belts did you have?
Like you said, I won all of them. I won the WBC, WBO, IBF. I had all of them, and then, that was mainly it. I never lost them, though. A lot of people don't understand. I never lost being undisputed. I moved up to be undisputed at 160. I was still undisputed at 154. I moved up to fight Jermaine Taylor at 160 to be undisputed 160 and 154. And that's when I got the draw, which I should have won. But if they gave me the decision, I'd have been undisputed middleweight and junior middleweight same time. Yeah, unheard of. Yeah, so people don't even notice that. You know what I'm saying? People don't notice that. Yeah, I was undisputed junior middleweight and middleweight at the same time. But it's all good. Like I said, God have a plan for us. And I love my career. I had to do a lot of things to get my career going, go overseas, do this, do that. But all of it was a journey that I love, and that, it made me the fighter who I am today. So, it is what it is.
You gonna let him shoot a biopic on you?
Oh yeah, the documentary, all that.
Coming. My dog said it's coming, man. He said just make sure they had good lighting.
Yeah,
because you just practicing if you don't have the right light.
We need that flash.
The dude, listen, so we taking a picture one time, so the people taking a picture with Tarver gonna tell him. So we standing there, and he said, hey, make sure you're using the flash or you just practicing. Man, I fell out laughing. I said, dog, with the dude is crazy, man. We had so many good times just joking, though. We go, man, my dog, listen, we got so many stories, man. So one time, me and my dog in Vegas, so we gambling one night. So we got the table, we it's just me and him. He on one end, I'm on the other end. It's blocked off. Nobody else can't gamble. Right. Man, my dog lit him up for the longest. So, you know, he up like $1 million, so I'm up about 900,000. That I know, I seen that table turning the other way. I said, I'm out, T. T, I'm out. I said, T, what you gonna do? I'm gonna be here for a little bit. Cool. Caught him later. What happened? Man, I lost most of that back.
Do you shoot dice like he shoot dice?
No, he the worst. He the worst. Listen, he blame me. I blame you. I know. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, so my dog making all this money. Right. So he used to come to Vegas and he'll have him 20, 30,000 in pocket, right? So I'd be like, oh, you carrying all that money? You know what I'm saying? Right. You can get it.
This right here when the shit changed, right? Listen to this shit right here. Listen to this, man. Go ahead,
I say, right. No, you don't have to get all. You don't have to bring up money like that, dog. You can get a line of credit. They're gonna give you a line of credit. Right. And you can just gamble on your line of credit. This and that.
See,
just get a little.
If I'd have never knew nothing about that shit right now, you feel me? Go ahead, man.
Hindsight is 20.
My dog gonna blame me. Listen.
Press my 6 and 8.
Yes, my dog gonna blame me. Next thing I know, that nigga, boy, I come out there, Tarver like one of the biggest gamblers now. They like, Tarver, I look up, he got 100, 200,000 on the table, betting 50,000. I'm like, dang, T, 10 them up. But he winning and losing, winning and losing, you know what I'm saying? He done went to a whole new gambler, man. My dog, boy, we used to have a ball, though, man.
Oh, man. All right. So, like, okay. Reset. So, biopic, movies. How do you want your, like, and I know it's a difficult question, and I don't want, you one of the most humble but charismatic guys ever, but how do you want your legacy to be, your story to be told, and how do you want to have your career written up into this? Because you still young.
Yeah, we still writing chapters, man. I just started formed my promotional company. I'm be doing some shows next year. So Champ, definitely gonna be calling on you, man.
Yeah, you know I'm there, dog. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about that.
So featuring my son, Antonio Tarver Jr. And it's my goal. I told him it's time to go. 2022. It's my. I'm predicting he gonna fight somebody for a title next year, man.
That's good.
So we looking at these names out there now, and he say he ready, and I believe him. So I'm looking at his work ethic and how he grinding in the gym, and the things he's doing now, special, man. So I'm really hoping that people get ready, man, because I think Junior gonna make a real run at this thing next year.
Here, are you prepared for that? And that's tough. Like, now you're Antonio Tarver, and he possibly could be better than you. Are you ready to?
You want that?
Well, it ain't no competition with me.
And he want that.
I'm telling the world that he's special. I don't know what that means, but I know he's special talent.
Right, no pressure.
And then he got me in there with him, giving him all the experience that he may lack. And I just think it's only just a matter of time before he get the opportunity he deserves. I think he's going to prove that he's a special talent.
Yeah,
and I can't wait. Yeah.
Best dad ever. Go. That's dope. So I know Wink wanted to play basketball at one point. What other sports did you want to play?
Oh, I played basketball. You can
hoop?
Yeah, I can hoop a little bit. Football. Yeah. I coming up, pee-wee and midgets. I played football. But boxing was just something that I always excelled in.
Yeah.
At every level I excelled at it. So that I kind of knew that boxing kind of chose me a long time ago.
Yeah. NBA, who you like?
I'm a Magic fan, but watching.
You said butter.
No, watching. It's a lot of good teams out there now. But watching Giannis,
Greek freak. Yeah.
Want to see what the Lakers do this year.
Yeah.
But I'm always rooting for the Magic.
Yeah. Who you like? Champ?
I'm a Heat. I love the Heat. You know what I'm saying? So it just I was Miami and always Miami. So good. You gotta take the good with the bad. Just like I'm a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I'm good
Cowboys,
with the bad. That's my only. I got one team.
Cowboys.
I root for the Bucks just because I'm here. But I'm a Cowboy. I'm a Cowboy fan now. But
we got the same dilemma.
I root for the Bucks because as long as they ain't playing the Cowboys, I'm with the Bucks. But you playing the Cowboys, pew pew pew. I'm going for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw. You ever met Terry Bradshaw?
I did meet Terry Bradshaw.
I met Terry.
Yeah, I met Terry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Ben Roethlisberger, like the Steelers been giving y'all hell.
Yeah,
they still gonna keep giving y'all hell.
Yeah.
All right.
They over.
Back in the glory days.
Yeah, back in the glory days. It's over for them.
Yeah. Who you like? What NBA players you like right now that you like watching?
I like LeBron. I like the new kid from Memphis.
Ja Morant.
Morant. Yeah, he looks good. Yeah. Durant, of course.
Yeah. Katie.
I like Harden. I like all the Westbrook. I like the boys.
Yeah.
The regulars.
Who you like, Win?
You like the shooters, Steph Curry,
Always
all them boys.
shooters.
When them Golden State was out there, I like them. Listen, I love watching Golden State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I still was a Miami fan. But I like Golden State. I like Steph and them. Man, them boys was just incredible where they was shooting that ball from. Man, them they throw up some points so fast on you. If you think you up 10, they think you're down 2.
Right.
And in seconds.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? I love that. LeBron for what he mean for the game and how he carrying himself. I think LeBron is a ambassador of the game right now. He's doing his thing.
Most definitely.
What do you think about like when people compare? Because y'all, both y'all know Mike, and they always compare LeBron to Michael Jordan. Like,
I think people just saying when you that good that they want to just have somebody to compare you to. So it's no knock on LeBron, no knock on MJ. MJ is MJ. I think greatest to ever do it. Because of what he did, how he did it, and now LeBron doing the same thing. He doing it, and going from this team to this team is steady in the championship, steady in the play. So it's different. It's different chapters, but I still think they both great players and doing their thing.
Anytime you're compared to the greatest in anything, then you're doing your thing. So hats off to LeBron.
Definitely.
Jordan set the standard. And hey, Kobe in there too now. You got to put Kobe in that mix too now.
But just like Jordan said, it took Dr. J for him to be that way. See what I'm saying? And Doc a bad man. So everybody got that legend that they look up to, and you try to take it to the next level, and that's what LeBron trying to do, take it to the next level from Jordan, so people can say, look, that's what Jordan did, but that's what I did too. So.
Who you listening to on the playlist, curated playlist? Who you messing with artist-wise listening to in music?
That nigga listen to
my man, what, GT, what is it?
What I told you.
Here we go. Huh? EST. Oh, ESG?
Yes.
He's dope.
Huh?
EST.
ESTG, yeah. I got that on repeat. My man, Money Man, I'm jamming to him right now.
Top 5 greatest rappers in your opinion?
Oh, Mount Rushmore, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, I would say Andre 3000.
Ooh, good one. Ooh.
Andre 3000
3
for
stats.
sure.
Yeah.
And lyrical, did I say Nas?
Nah, you didn't say
Nas. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
he got 5.
He
got 4 of my 5.
Yeah, he did. Everybody.
Yeah.
So everybody depends. Like we got you said it, Rushmore. You're gonna have Biggie and Tupac. And you're always gonna have Jay-Z and Nas. That 5th one is the tough one, and
Andre 3000. Yeah,
very good.
Yeah, that was a good.
I said I like Face.
Scarface, yeah. Houston.
Face a bad motherfucker though, man.
Yeah, I like that.
But Andre 3000 definitely, you know what I'm saying. No,
y'all like Rod Wave? Y'all know Rod Wave?
Yeah,
Rod
of course.
Wave.
You talking about that? Yeah, but
I just brought it up.
St. Pete, definitely. We got to support Rod Wave. Shorty doing this thing, man, and I'm happy for him.
That's what's the coolest about all of this too. Which like y'all really put like when the kids say put on for my city. Like y'all really go hard. St. Pete, Tampa, like y'all go hard for Florida though, for real. So
we like it. We know the struggle. We needed people to go hard for us when we was trying to come up. So we made it. Now we got to return the favor, and I'm glad Rod Wave doing this thing. He just need to make a way for the next little rapper or whoever.
That's it.
No, for real. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. That's what it is. So, yeah, man, I appreciate your time again, bro.
You, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Listen. It's an honor and a pleasure for real. But like, the last question, I mean, like, what it's hard being you. And I'm telling you that, and that sounds crazy in itself, but like, what do you want people to know about you? Like, last word, like, y'all.
Man, I was just the realest, bro. Like, on everything, 10 toes deep. You know, like, I stand on it.
Yep.
If I say it, I'm gonna stand on it. You feel me? But yeah, man, I was just a real one, man. Like, I believe what nobody else could see, and you know, it's just God, man. He put it in me, so I believe I had the faith, and I just trusted, man. That's all. I just believed in myself, and that's it.
Yeah. All right, that's what it is.
Come on, brother.
Tom Brady gave you a Super Bowl too. Congratulations!
Yeah.
Y'all had a big year.
It looked good this year too, so I'm predicting back to back.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Hey,
They better not run into my Cowboys. They better not run into my Cowboys.
You feel me? I love the Cowboys, but I'm just saying, if they lose to anybody, it's gonna be blue. You know what I mean? Because we can't meet in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. I would love to have the Bucks and the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, but
what?
Yeah, that can't happen.
No pressure, Dak. You got 2 Hall of Fame boxes. That's a lot of pressure, Dak. So, this is KTFO Boxing. Hopefully you've been
knocked the fuck out.
And this is GOAT Talk, and you just heard the GOATs talk.
Most likely to succeed.